Welcome to the Cronofy Embedded Scheduler onboarding tutorial. In this video, we will walk you through how to get started with Cronofy and set up your organization for smooth scheduling. There are two main ways to do this, the default onboarding and the enhanced onboarding. In this section, we will focus on the default onboarding. Now that you have set up the embed and customized it to your liking, it's time to get people to actually use it. To begin, you need to decide on a user to be the creator in your organization in Cronofy. Here we have the sign-up screen. You can agree to our terms of service and continue with your preferred calendar provider. Make sure to accept the scopes when prompted to ensure Cronofy will work. Eventually, you will land on this screen. Now it's time to name your organization unit. I will name it TestOrg. Ensure that you have allowed domain sign-up and click Create. Your organization unit is now created. Follow me to the next screen to see what the user experiences. Once again, we find ourselves in the login screen. Now, a user will follow the exact same sign-up process you just did. Again, with accepting our terms of service and continuing with our preferred calendar provider. Now you can see when they're about to set up an organization unit of their own, they are prompted to join the organization unit you just created. By simply clicking Join, they're in. This concludes the first part of the onboarding for Embedded Scheduler user. Now, for the enhanced version, my colleague will take over and explain from here.
Using the scheduler embed, you can create an improved onboarding experience. You can create an internal tenant for each organization, and only the first user within that organization would need to go through the onboarding process. First, we'll need to populate the tenant ID and tenant name in our JWT. The tenant ID will be used as an identifier for the organization's tenant and can be a randomized string. When this value is present, the onboarding flow will associate the organizational unit created within Cronofy with that tenant ID. This way, the creator of the organizational unit can allow their colleagues to join the organizational unit automatically when signing up via the embedded scheduler. The tenant name will be used as a default value when the user creates the organizational unit, but it can be changed throughout the process. Now that the tenant has already been created, any consequent users will not have to go through any onboarding flow. The most important thing to remember here is that the tenant ID must remain unique between tenants. If a tenant ID of the wrong tenant is provided, the user will be placed in the wrong organization or unit, potentially exposing personal information of unrelated users.